another episode of Keep Your Cool. I am Rawless.
What's up, guys? Edgar?
Now, Edgar. Yesterday in our live, we were talking about Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking. It got me thinking of something throughout the day about dating and all that. And the way that he speaks about girls makes it seem like if we're machistas or something like that. But I feel that it depends on the way you were raised.
Yeah, that has a lot with it, but at the same time, too, like the generation now, they're soft.
Okay, but I'm just talking about the dating part, not the generation itself that they're soft.
No, I know that. Exactly why.
No, porque mira, like, okay, not just Andrew Tate, but like, there's Kevin Samuels, there's the guy that sits around with girls and all that.
Yeah.
It's like, haz de cuenta que cuando él dice, today I literally saw one today where he's like, oh, a man always thinks about providing, and a woman doesn't think that. Like, she thinks just for herself. I don't think that's true, not necessarily, because like, for instance, there's been times where I've been broke and don't have a job, and my wife keeps working, and she's providing. I know this young cat that doesn't work, cuida a sus hijos, a sus hijas, y su esposa sigue trabajando, taking care of them.
Yeah.
So I just think that is the way that you raise your kids. Decir cuál es cuál, qué es qué, y también saber cómo hacer en la vida en tu pareja.
Yeah, like what's right from wrong, like, oh, do this, don't do that. Yeah.
It's like, that's something that I've always liked about Kevin Samuels, when he would talk about las mujeres, por decirlo, le llamaban a su podcast.
Yeah.
Y les decía, okay, how much do you weigh? How tall are you? Yeah? Okay, tanto.
Right away, it's like, no, that doesn't matter.
Let's say, él dice, okay, you want a high-earning man? It matters.
Exactly.
That's it. Okay, digo, from a scale of 1 to 10, take away the 7, what are you without makeup? And most of them will choose 6 or 8.
Yeah.
He's like, you're saying that you're an 8, but you're 5'7" and you're 180 pounds? Like, that's not an 8 to me, you're overweight. Because I guess como un hombre de high end, like, okay, por decirlo,
Yeah.
we're not high end.
Yeah.
Are you making 6 digits at the end of the year? Like 100K?
A little more.
A little more?
Yeah.
Okay, so technically you would be like a high end man.
Nah, I wouldn't consider high end.
No, technically los que ganan more than 6 digits, that's a high end.
Nah, dude. Six, dude. You can't do much with that.
Then that means that you haven't really heard all these people call in and all that. So cuando muchos in 6 digits, you have to go even if it's 100K. That's 6 digits.
All right.
So it's not 200. Like with 6 digits with 100K, you can rent out your own apartment at 4,000 and you're good.
Yeah, but I don't know. Me personally, like, I feel like that's still not enough.
Depending on what you're looking for. Si quieres una casa, it might not be enough. But it might be enough for you.
Yeah. Well, in the means of what I need. Yeah.
In the means of just you and that extra person. Because if you're saying right now que tú no puedes con 100,000, I'm sorry, bro, then you don't know how to live. Unless you're striving for more, that's way different. But if you can't tell me right now that 100K is not enough, dude, I make it with 80K, and I have 4 kids, 2 dogs, and a 3-bedroom apartment.
No, but the thing is, I want more. So that's what I'm saying. It's not enough.
So then it's still, if you're saying that, then I'm sorry that you don't know how to live with the basic minimum of 100K. Sometimes you have to learn how to sacrifice and save to know what you can go. Like, hay differences between I want more and enough. And if you're saying that 100K is enough, you as a single guy, then you don't know how to save your money.
I don't.
Yeah, so por eso digo, so a high-end man is 100K. Porque a high-end man puede rentar su casa, he can still have nice clothes, he can have a nice car with 100K. And I'm telling you this because I'm a 60K guy. And I have an okay car, I have another okay car, and I have a wife with my kids, and we still go out to places. That's what I mean. So high-end is, so remember that. 100K is a high-end.
All right. High-end.
High-end. Ya está en ti si te quieres poner pinche corbatita y todo.
Nah, that's not me.
See, now we would be in the sales department.
Exactly, but nah, that's not me.
So, cuando ellos dicen que quiero esto, quiero aquello, then that's when he starts asking. Si tú que te haces tanto dinero, what are you gonna look into? Ya de tu taste, ya es different.
Yeah.
If you're into thick girls, you're into thick girls. If you're into skinny girls, sin nada, that's you, right?
Yeah.
So if you go by, como decía Kevin Samuels, if you go by America standards, you want a 5'8", 5'7" to 5'9", that's no more than 150 pounds. If you're shorter than that and you're higher than that in weight, you're overweight. If you're taller than that and you're not at that weight at 150, you're getting close to getting overweight. So let's say if you're 180 and you're 5'4", you're overweight.
Damn.
I'm 5'7" and I'm 180.
You're overweight.
I'm a man. So, y muchos, y me acuerdo cuando llamaban y dicen, oh, but what are the guys an asshole? And what, like, dice, you want a high-end man, though. You don't want to work. That's when you have to make sacrifices.
Yeah, you get.
So es donde ya entra el machismo. I was like, I agree to what you're trying to say because it's true.
Yeah.
Tú que haces dinero, why do you have to settle for something less than you? In a way. Like, se escuchó mal, but...
Yeah, no, but I get what you're trying to say because at the end of the day, it's like you're the one bringing in the money. Mm-hmm. If she's really just there just to really, let's say, gold digger, at the end of the day, it's like, why would you want to continue with someone with that? Because at the end of the day, it's like, dude, I can find someone else that, you know, has the same strive as me. Like, you know what, she's working too, and you know what, that makes a relationship, both of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Y es donde te digo, es donde entra el lazo del high-end man, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Que you have all this money, como Andrew Tate cuando dice, oh, I can protect you here, I can protect you there. Se escucha como machismo, but he's basically telling you, like, no quiero que salgas because I can't protect you out there.
Yeah.
I can protect you right here next to me. And that's where I agree, que el machismo is on the, okay, it's cool, you have to play his way, and since he's the bread maker, then you kind of have to listen. You have to make sacrifices on your part.
Yeah.
To live the way that you want to live.
Yeah, like a certain extent. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. Because, yeah, there's over excessive where literally, like, you can't go out. You're going to be here. You're going to be home. No, you know, vas a salir para nada. Like, aquí eres, you're my vieja. Which, right there, that's, like, over the edge.
In a way, that would be still machismo. But, again, if the girl's getting her Mac or her makeup, chingón. If she's going out to clubs donde él va y la presume, oh, mi mujer,
yeah,
riding on his nice cars and all that, it's un sacrifice, and you're still getting to do what the stuff that you kind of like, because that's the stuff that he does. And so, in a way, you would have to make sacrifices.
Yeah. Which,
again, yo entre mí, I'm like, it's a giver. It's hard. It's hard because I don't make that money, and I'm not the breadwinner, por decirlo. Like, no hago 100K yo. I can't really have those kind of thoughts, except for I sometimes believe it's over excessive, where you're not allowing the girl to do anything you want.
Yeah.
Pero in the same time, tiene razón. He has a reason why he's saying that, because it is true. I can't protect you out there.
Yeah.
I can protect you right here. That to me resonates like, oh, yeah, like it's kind of true what you're saying.
Yeah, and the mentality is different. That also depends on the person, like you said, how they grew up. Like, the mentality is completely different. Like me, myself, like, I got to a point where, like, you know what? If I want to continue going down this route, I need to find someone that's going to match my energy. And that's another thing that comes along, too. It's like, hey, you know what? Like, I could find a girl, she could be cool and everything, but at the same time, she's not matching my energy as, you know what? We both want to strive for a better future. It's like, all right, what are you going to do there? It's either you're going to try to change her and be like, hey, ¿sabes qué? You got to get your shit together or else it's going to be over, you know? And then... I blanked out, bro.
That's okay.
I don't know where the hell I just blanked out, but
because you're not ready.
Ready for what?
Ready to move on to the next step.
Next step? Well, yeah, dude. Because honestly, well, once you guys are like in the same page, well, that's when marriage comes in and all that type of stuff. Which honestly, I'm not ready for that. So probably that's why I've been blanked out, because I'm not ready for marriage. I'm not ready for kids. Like, I got goals that I want to get to first before that comes up in my life.
Y es por eso cuando es como te digo lo del high-end thing, where I told you, I'm like, if you can't make it work with 100K, then that means that you're not checking your spendings, basically. Es como te digo, como te expliqué yo gano tanto, entre los dos hacemos tanto,
yeah,
and I'm like, and we're not even in the 6-digit bracket, yet we manage to live a happy life.
Yeah.
because we know where to make the sacrifices, we know how to do this, we work as a marriage together, bien, para saber cómo seguir to our next step.
Yeah.
Y es como cuando hablamos en el financing, when we're talking about savings and all that, we have to make sacrifices. I'm like, you know what, we're gonna have to put 300 right here because we want that for our future. Since we can't really go out, we can get this timeshare because of this. So that, in a way, de marriage, yo se puede decir que puedo poner el control como de machista, saying, you know what, we make this much,
That's it.
that's it. If we're gonna spend 1,000 this month, once it's 1,001, we're gonna be negative.
Yeah.
So you have to know how to control that, because es donde entra el machismo, or la girl que se cree la gran cosa, como the feminism comes in and all
Yeah.
that. So you guys have to know where to say no, where to say yes, and I think it is a cultural thing, and it can be this. You keep saying it's the ¿cómo se llama? The age? ¿Qué dijiste? No,
like the new generation. Yeah, no, dude, like the new generation right now, like all the girls, like, oh, if you really love me, you're gonna buy me a Gucci bag. If you really like me, you're gonna buy me a Louis belt. You're gonna buy me this, you're gonna buy me that. It's like, no, like that's not how it works.
Y ahí es dependiendo de los padres, which are viene siendo the baby boomers, because we would be this generation who are talking like that.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about the 20-year-olds, that they don't count for shit, because you haven't grown for shit.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry if I offended you. You guys haven't grown for shit.
Yeah, still got a lot to learn.
Yeah, even though you're in the 20s también, so I still got a lot to learn. I'm in my young 30s. ¿Cómo se llama? Ella es donde están los baby boomers. ¿Cómo le enseñaron a sus hijos? Like, como más bien a las mujeres.
Yeah.
It's true what the guy said earlier. When I was talking about the guy, he said the guy always looks to provide. Las mujeres, what next can I buy? That resonated to me, because I'm like, yeah, it's true. Like, I can see that, but I feel like in the Hispanic culture, if your parents are still traditional, we don't suffer through that. I don't think I've ever met. I've probably met one or two que les importa the brand.
Yeah.
Pero that's because they were living with parents que hacían dinero.
Yeah.
So they were used to that style. Pero cuando most of us que venimos de low income families, it's a little bit more ghetto. Yeah, we might like that stuff, but we don't go for that stuff.
Yeah, we won't sacrifice a paycheck just for like a belt. That's like, nah.
You might sacrifice it for some Jordans. Well, that's another story.
That's another story.
Y como se llama? So I do feel, honestly, I feel a lot. That's more of a cultural thing to me, the way that you were raised, and I do feel that. I don't want to judge like our fellow African Americans and all that, because I wasn't raised around them. But the way that Kevin Samuels always brought it up, I can only judge it by what I would hear from girls.
Yeah.
What he would try to say. When Andrew Tate would say it, he said that this was mostly based in America. And I was like, yeah, because I see it a lot here. Yeah, I don't like when I used to live in Mexico. Yo no miro eso en Mexico.
Yeah.
I was like, that is a thing that is only happening, I would say, a lot in America. I don't know about England and all that.
Yeah, a lot of women nowadays here, especially here in the U.S., like because of TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all that, they're talking like feminism, like, oh, you know what, we deserve rights and all that type of stuff. Like, nah, like it's not that you guys don't deserve rights. It's like you also gotta remember, like at the end of the day, we're the ones that bring stuff home. Because then when we go to war, yeah, there'll be a couple of women like, you know what, I'll go to war, but I bet you majority of them, they won't want to. Like, oh no, they're gonna take all the men to go to war. That's for sure. Like, I don't think there's gonna be a lot of women signing up for it.
Está como ¿cómo se llama? Dijo, mira también otro acá en TikTok donde the lady was like, why do men make more, blah blah this and blah blah that? And people, don't get me wrong, we're not against feminism. Like, you just gotta understand that sometimes you girls blockade yourself from seeing what we're trying to speak to you.
Yeah.
And basically, the guy basically said it this way. He's like, the reason that most guys make more money still, because they're getting those dirty jobs. They're getting those hard labor jobs where they work 16 hours a day, 14 hours a day, 12 hours a day, but hard labor.
Yeah.
And you girls just want to stick to the company, doing, para que no se quebren una uña, etc., etc.
Yeah, computer jobs.
And sometimes, guess what? The construction does pay good.
Yeah.
Or maybe it doesn't pay good, but because you put in all that OT, it's the same thing as getting an office job.
Exactly.
That's where I feel like most people, most feminists that are hardcore, don't see that.
Nah, they
don't want to understand that, and I'm like, and I'm sorry, like, se escucha muy feo lo que digo, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's like you can actually literally work this on boxing or on the sports, the soccer. Just because you win the belt or just because you win the championship does not mean that you have to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's the viewers
Yeah.
that get you the money,
Exactly.
not your championship. There's a boxer named Devin Haney. Nobody knows him. And he's like, oh, pues yo quiero ganar tanto. I'm like, when you fight boring, no one's going to watch you.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter you have 4 belts. No one watches you because you're boring.
Yeah.
That's girls soccer team, the USA. Oh, we've won more than the guys. How come they get more? I'm like, because men watch them. Girls, you should be pushing for girls to watch you girls.
Yeah.
The market is there.
Exactly. Who was it? I think it was the basketball team. Like a basketball team was asking to get like the same pay rate as the men.
Mm-hmm.
But once they went to like view wise, like dude, they weren't even close.
Yeah.
And if anything, the women they were still getting paid more for what the views that they got and compared to the guys.
Yes.
Like the guys weren't even getting the same percentage as the women, and yet they were still like, oh, we want to get paid the same as the guys. Like, dude, the guys are getting more views and they're getting paid less.
And
you guys are getting less views and paying more compared like the ratio wise. And like, dude, it's not like it doesn't compare. And you guys still want more.
And they're también ¿cómo se llama? And they play less games.
Yeah.
I think they play 52 games and they play 82 los hombres plus the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean plus, and I don't even think las girls juegan up to 7 games. I think it's only up to 5 games.
Yeah.
So like it's overall it's just less games. Y cómo se llama? And I think that's where that feminism power comes in, where you're like, when you're a machista and she's a feminist, I'm like, a veces no te dejas ganar.
Yeah, a lot of bumping heads.
Por eso in a way, Andrew Tate a veces se miraba que era machista, like 100%.
Yeah.
Pero if you actually pay attention to the stuff that he's saying, he's just helping out people to like, hey, entiende, like, some girls are just meant to get money.
Yep.
Some girls do want to get married, but you have to see the difference.
Yeah.
Es cuál.
Yeah.
Y por eso como yo, fortunate for me, I have a woman that's a wife material. My wife decides to do this, she's chill. She doesn't care. Like, she's not looking for that Gucci bag.
Yeah.
And because we know how to, I'm basic too. Like, I don't die for Jordans or Kobe's or LeBron's or Converse.
Hey.
I'm good with my Goodfellow brand from Target. So like yo me acostumbré así, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Do people tell me you have to strive for more? I do strive for more. Like, pero también no me voy a morir si no los tengo.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Like, cuando me dicen muchos, cómprate un new Xbox. I don't need it.
Especially if you don't use it, like, there's no point.
Yes. So, like, para mí, yo miro un zapato que se va a apestar con el sudor, and then I'm going to use it. Like, I want to wear my daily shoes. I don't want to wear Jordans to wear them for one day.
A special occasion.
Ajá. Y los que, like, esos special occasions, guess what? Those are my botas. My botas, those can go up to like 120 to 160, because I want to make sure that they're comfortable para cuando baile no me salgan ampollas.
Yeah.
Like that. So, going back to Kevin Samuel, going back to Andrew Tate, going back to the guy, I don't know what that group is called. I know that it's a podcast.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
They do mention a lot of those things. In some areas where like, okay, you do sound too machista, like, cuando dice Andrew Tate, and you're like, no, it's kind of hard, but some shit he makes sense.
Yeah.
But you just have to open up your eyes to see it.
I know. And then, like you were bringing up earlier, it's the same thing like when saying that girls are overweight and they want like a guy that's 6 feet, 6'5", you know, something in that range. At the end of the day, it's like, dude, like feminists nowadays, they want them to, like, even if they're big, they want us to pay attention. But at the same time, like, if you guys don't attract us, like, why are you forcing us to be like, oh yeah, you know what, like, I'm attractive, you have to see me, like, look at me. Same. Like, no, like, I'm sorry, but you're not attractive. There's nothing that you could do unless you kind of change your personality. But once you change your personality, you start losing weight and all that type of stuff. Like, oh, now you want me? Like, well, nobody wanted you when you were at that weight. Now that you're here, like, now people want you.
And it sounds fucked up that we're saying.
It does.
But like,
they can't be dreaming for a 10 when they're out here being a force. Like
when they're if you reverse the gender, y es okay, I say muchos genders. I'm like, I only see two genders. I only see this, and if you want to be in the middle and do whatever you want, just don't enforce it. Whatever, I don't care. That's your life. Don't enforce it. That's all I'm saying. Don't enforce it.
Yeah.
So, cuando ellas nos dicen, "Oh, you're fat," me das asco because estás gordo.
Exactly.
Oh, you have too much body odor, but we can't say that to you.
Exactly. That's a thing, dude. Exactly, and that's where some people don't see it because some women they're just about me only. You know what? I'm beautiful. I'm this. But if a guy says that right away, it's like, oh, what do you guys think? The girls right away like, oh my god, oh no, like, you look ugly. Like, oh, why are you wearing that shirt? Like, why you smell like that? And all that type of stuff. Like, what the hell? Like, why? And that's the thing. We can't say anything to the girls, unfortunately.
And it is what it is. I'm like, that's why I don't know if you ever read a story about this. I think it was a transgender or a lesbian. She decided to go all male for 30 days.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
She ended up committing
suicide.
Unalive. I have to say unalive.
Oh, okay, my bad. Unalive.
Y porque dicen que la tenía bien duro. La hardest, like, life was hard, and I don't think most people see that a lot of the stuff that we put up, just
dude.
Stay quiet again. Like, okay.
That's the thing. A lot of men they hold a lot of stuff in. Yeah. Like they said, bro, men don't get flowers until they're dead. Once in their funeral, that's when they get their flowers. But then that dude, like, the women don't appreciate what we do.
Did you get flowers in Valentine's?
No, I did not.
Yes.
But that's the thing, dude.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
But that's the thing, dude. At the end of the day, it's like they don't see the battles that we're going through. At the end of the day, it's like we are the ones that we're supposed to carry. Like you said, like, luckily you have a wife that, you know, if you lose your job, she's gonna continue. Some of them will be like, hey, what are you gonna do next? Yeah. Like, what do you mean, what am I gonna do next? Like, well, let me take care of it. Like, that's what I always done since day one. You know, nosotros probably, you started working at 18?
Me?
Yeah.
14? Well,
14.
Officially to the United States government with my social security.
18. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like we started grinding at a young age. We start going at it. We start providing at a young age. So that's our mentality. So at the end of the day, if some shit happens, we're always taking care of it. No matter what, we always think about the next step. All right, this happens. What are we gonna do next? We gotta continue providing.
Y luego otra cosa. Let me. I have to tell the audience because I know that some girls are gonna get pissed. It's not all of them. Some of them. I know that there are some 18-year-olds that did start working at a young age. Some women, some girls. So not all of them, but I want to say the majority of girls probably don't start working until 19, 20, and that's if.
Yeah.
If they're still living under the parents and they don't care, ni modo que se puede hacer, you know?
Right now, all they want to do is just TikTok. Yeah.
I mean, if they're making money out of it, cool.
Yeah, but not a lot of.
But if you're just watching.
Yeah, no, they're not gonna go far.
And they're not making money out of TikTok. They're probably just under TikTok.
Exactly, just watching. Yep. Scrolling all day. That's all they're probably gonna do.
It's swiping.
Swiping, my bad.
Y ¿cómo se llama? Eso del machismo, de lo rudo, también que no se pasen de verga. Like, if you're gonna be a machista by, like, the style of Andrew Tate, I would say know how to do it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're having the money and the way that he says, like, if you make your money, you pay your bills, you pay your stuff, and you still have money to go out, I believe, and if your wife is not working or your girlfriend, I do believe he has a little bit more over empowerment. A little bit, not to an extreme.
Yeah.
Because if the girl doesn't like you, she could always leave. It's not that she's there.
No, held against her will. Exactly.
Y ¿cómo se llama? Y girls don't expect that if he's making money, no te va a hacer caso, because what are you bringing to the table?
Exactly.
Unless people say, oh, yo sé cocinar, yo sé lavar, yo sé planchar. Okay, that's good. That is good. But are you going to listen to him?
Yeah.
Or are you going to eat your ego and, like, yes, baby?
Exactly.
Obviously, si el vato va a estar engañándola es otro pedo, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
That's a whole nother ball.
Yeah, no.
Muy diferente.
Like, that's toxic.
That is toxic. And along with being the machisto like Andrew Tate, there's the other styles. El cursi, el no macho alfa.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that?
Mandilón.
Mandilón. Mandolin. El mandilón. I've always said this. Is he mandilón? Or is it just because he respects his wife a lot? Or is it because he's not a macho alpha and she's a feminist, like a strong female woman who likes to boss, and he takes control? And is he okay with it? Is he not okay with it? So,
but just going back to the same thing you said earlier, like, I mean, if he doesn't like it, he could just easily leave the relationship. Yeah, same thing, vice versa.
Exactly, vice versa. Is she the breadwinner? O malo fuera que you're the breadwinner. Tú haces todo, ella no trabaja y que te mande. Like that, yeah. I mean, you love her a lot.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen the video of the señora? It's like, yo mantengo a mi señor. Yo mantengo a mi esposo. Yeah, yo lo mantengo, like, yo...
Dile a las señoras que no te hablen. That's
exactly.
So, but she's literally telling you right there, I'm the breadwinner.
Yeah.
And if you're okay with that, like, hey, pues, ni modo, you know.
Yeah.
Si no te vas a salir, ni modo, she's the breadwinner.
Yeah.
At least you're home watching TikTok.
You're doing something, exactly. 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 Oh, man.
So, luego está el cursi. El cursi.
Yeah.
El cursi puede ser el breadwinner, puede ser no mandilón.
Yeah.
But he's just very he's a romantic, you know, like siempre comprándole flores, which in a way
es detallista.
In a way that makes the guy who's not detallista look bad, porque like
hey,
well, we're the breadwinners, we work hard, but like I don't got time to buy flowers. I don't got time to buy chocolates.
Yeah.
Y dicen, ay, pero unas flores no duelen y que todo. And I'm like, si te las traigo, ¿qué hiciste?
Exactly. Right away thinking the negative.
I'm like, no que te traiga flores, but you never do it. I'm like,
¿los quieres sí o no? Así de fácil.
Así de fácil.
Así no, ahorita regreso a Target y los regreso con fácil. Así como los compré, los regreso.
Y de la Target, la salida de la 4 y el 5, andar con la primera y el 5.
¿Out of the freeway?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ahí sabes qué, señor, ya no lo quiso, no puede regresar el dinero. Yeah, nah.
And why are we talking about this today, people? Because it was Valentine's, and like I said yesterday in the live, we were literally talking about that, and it got me thinking. With the Valentine season, I understand for the people who couldn't go out, who didn't have the money to go out, or that they were overbooked because they were working and they couldn't go. Pero I've always said this: you have to love your wife or your partner every single day.
Your significant other, always love no matter what.
So I go by the rule of, I try to do it this year. There's the rule of 3. It's every third day. No, every third week you go to a restaurant. Mm-hmm. Every third month you go to a fancy restaurant, and then every 3 years you go to like an expensive vacation. Mm. So the good thing that expensive vacation was going to be like until 2026.
Okay, ahí está, sabes.
So, pero that's the plan, and I think it goes different. I don't think it goes like that, but I do know that on the third year is something.
Okay.
I think it's you get 3 days off, 3 weeks off, and then I don't know how it goes, but it's something like that. Something similar. Pero it's something that the dating world.
Okay.
It's something about the dating world. So in a way that's good, porque like si lo ocupas, como cuando yo fui en Valentine's con mi girl, I took her out. It's been a long time, not a long time. I'm trying to make a count. A ver. Okay, por decirlo tú, when was the last time you went with your girl on a date? To like just restaurant and eat? I know it was her birthday recently.
Yeah.
So it doesn't count. So like, before that.
Before that, let's see. Cause we went to Boiling Crab, but that was with her and her family. We actually went to where was it? Probably like a month ago. Yeah, about a month ago, we and her, we just went to Cheesecake Factory. It was pretty good. Nah, I didn't get any cheesecake. Nah, dude, I got full. I got the macaroni and cheeseburger.
Okay.
Have you had that?
No.
No?
No. I don't like macaroni.
All right, well, they put macaroni inside the carne, so when they cook it, the macaroni is cooking inside with the meat.
Oh.
And so when you squeeze the burger, puts all the macaroni and that cheese comes out. So
I might like it because I've tried fried macaroni, which son como los poppers. When you eat it, que sale macaroni is in the inside. It's breaded. The macaroni is breaded, and then they just fry it.
Yeah.
So I think it'll probably essentially be the same thing.
Yeah.
So
Va a ser lo mismo.
I
So,
did like that. So I'll probably try it one of these days. Like for me, I'm gonna have to go with a lie. I think it's been more than 4 months since I've gone on a date. Now I am married with 4 kids, so it's a little bit harder, to get something. And I think it was a theater in a movie. We went to go eat, and then we went to the theaters. I think it was something like that.
okay.
So yesterday on Valentine's, 2 days ago on Valentine's, by the time that these fools see it, is a week ago on Valentine's.
Yeah.
Yo los ordenamos, ella se ordenó un platter. Yo me ordené, eran mashed potatoes con bacon, broccoli, steamed broccoli. So, but it wasn't like that steam wet. It was more like the dry broccoli, pero cocinado.
Yeah.
Then I got a medium rare filet mignon. I think it's tri-tip steak.
Okay.
It was my first time eating
Medium rare.
medium rare. I would never eat thick steak. Well done again.
Yeah, no, dude. Medium rare is the way to go. Because the thing is, if it's well done, te parece mucho como chicle. You're just there chewing. It's like, dude.
It's explosion on your mouth.
Yeah.
Now the mashed potato was decent, but it doesn't beat the one that I had in Las Vegas.
Okay.
The Las Vegas one was obviously a better restaurant.
Yeah.
It's more of a well-dressed restaurant. I'm like, I tried the filet mignon allá, pero lo agarré well done. So I need to try the filet mignon again.
Okay.
Pero it's a tri-tip. I was like, and then me chingué todo eso, los chingamos los chips, she ate her pasta. And I didn't realize that the desserts are for 2 people. I think. It was this big, right? A big ass cookie this big with the ice cream on top. So I think it's for 2 people. Me trajeron 2 spoons. And me lo chingué solo.
Sorry, this is for me.
And I got her volcano cake or whatever that shit's called.
The fudge cake?
It's a fudge cake?
Porque es chocolate, ¿no?
Ajá.
Yeah.
Luego tiene el ice cream on top.
Sí.
Because it's melting it like a volcano.
Yeah.
Y ¿cómo se llama? And I was dipping out of that to sound like, yes, I picked out. Not only that, but this was the first time we actually did breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I brought her breakfast in bed from McDonald's.
Nice.
¿Cómo se llaman esas madres?
The egg McMuffins?
That's what they're called?
I mean, there's egg McMuffins, there are egg white delights.
No, egg McMuffins. Que es la sausage, el huevo y el pan.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for lunch, we went to Philly's.
Okay.
The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Philadelphia Eagles, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta rub it in their face. And I had my steak. She had cheese fries with steak.
Okay.
Bomb. And then, of course, we ended up with chilies.
Nice.
So I was like, and people will probably in the comment area, not the comments, but they're just probably gonna judge, and they're gonna be saying, Raul, why would you go to Chili's? It's Valentine's. Take her anywhere. I don't give a shit. It's that simple. I can go anywhere I want to eat, as long as I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
As long as she's comfortable, and as long as we ate good and we thought the food was good, that's what matters.
At the end of the day, is what happens when both of you are on the same page. That's the only thing that matters.
Porque when you guys tienen amor por uno y otro, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters. Now, as far as being a macho alpha, being a machista, being a cursi, being
Mandilón.
mandilón, I'm forgetting that word. It's because it's not in my vocabulary. You can be whatever you want as long as you guys are happy. If you have a machista husband that's making the bread, stay in the relationship. He's making the bread, you're happy, your kids are happy. But if he's those type of guys que se ponen aggressive, get out of there.
Yeah, no, you don't want that toxic relationship.
Yes. Macho alpha can also be kind of toxic, but he's not as demanding.
Yeah.
Right? And again, if he's not as demanding, but he's paying your bills and all that, and you guys stick with it, write it down. Si algún día te levanta la mano, you don't need that in your life.
Yeah.
Mandilones, you don't have to worry about levantando la mano. El cursi, I don't think I've ever met. Maybe a cursi can become an extreme jealous.
Yeah.
And you
It's just not a toxic trait right there for jealousy.
Yeah, so that would be.
Where you going? Who you going with? What time you coming back? Nah,
so
déjalos.
You could always go with the chill guy that's not the breadwinner, that's making enough for both of you, but not enough to like have extra fun.
Yeah.
But that's always a good win. Going back to Kevin Samuels, he said, ¿Por qué no le dan chances a estos people que ganan 60K, but you guys want to win 100K cuando ellos no te van a mirar and they're perfect for you?
Yeah.
Why? Because they don't make that extra dough. Because I feel in a way TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, or whatever's out there.
Yeah.
I kind of feel that they brainwash the way of how people think because they watch airplanes, and when they really don't know is that kind of people are in the minority. They're only like the 15% of the world.
Yeah. And that's the thing, dude. It's like not a lot of people make a lot of money, and that's what they don't understand. And then from there, the people that are making money is like, dude, like, wait, how much money do you make? What do you do? Oh, well, what are you doing this weekend? You want to take me out? Like, I don't want to take you out. I'm just, like, we were just conversating. Like, oh, now you see, you hear how much money I'm making, all of that. Now you trying to, like, say what's up to me? Like, no, like, that's not how it works.
Y luego está esa, ¿verdad? And then there's the que dicen las girls. Y luego están las girls que actually are the bread makers, like,
Yeah.
They're high end, and they fall in the 15%. So out of that 15%, that's 3%. And guess what? Como tú, there's high end people that want to get high end girls, or high end men that want to get high end girls.
Yeah.
So they can think the same way of making money.
Exactly.
So in a way, all these girls that want to look into that, guess what? That's why this 60% are going, or at least in Kevin Samuel's eyes, cuando hablaba de la black community,
Yeah.
they go, that's why the black guys are going and getting other race, que Asians, que Latinas, que Europeans, because why? Because they don't think like them.
Yeah.
Let's say for us Hispanos, if you girls are thinking like that, at least here in Orange County, unless you hit to Newport Beach, Laguna Beach,
Yeah.
Irvine, Laguna Hills, maybe some parts of Laguna,
Yeah.
Mission Viejo, San Juan Capistrano, that's where you'll get them. Pero are they gonna be looking at you?
Yeah, for the most part. The only reason why they do it just because of TikTok is like, oh, big booty Latinas. That's the only reason why they'll look at you, just for that reason, just because like that's a topic right now for a lot of the guys.
And if you're short and stubby,
Menos, bro.
And you'll probably be like a late night booty call or something like that. A late night snack.
Con tanta cerveza también, you're like, ay, ya sabes que si te miras buena.
So at the end of this conversations of dating, there's nothing like always getting your own kind and settling down with that kind. So let's say como tú, you're saying, oh, this 6 digits is not enough for me. I want more, and I want someone that wants more. But what happens when you don't find that person that wants more? When you find that person that wants that doesn't want more, or you can't find that, you're gonna have to either do two things: never marry or never settle down, or change your style. And you're like, you know what? Well, I have to eat my pride, and I can't find it, so I'll just find someone that makes me happy. And that would be like, in a way, your best solution if you can't find that person that takes you into the next step with you. Either you're gonna be like this: either I drag your ass and I'll be okay with it because no me queda otra choice, or you can be here with me and change her style that you might not like later on because maybe she likes that bigger money, and you'll be like, no way, cálmate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, you already found yours.
Yeah, I already found mine, and I'm good. I'm happy, and hopefully I can make it for the next 30 years without any issues. By then I'll be retired, living in Mexico, smoking a cigar, drinking wine.
Es todo.
¿Cómo se llama esa madre?
No.
Savion, ¿o cómo? El vino blanco, or I don't know wine, food. Help me out.
No, well, there's a lot of different wines. That's what like.
Not the name, the style.
What do you mean the style?
Savion, or what was it?
Savion.
You don't know.
You talking about the brand?
Not the brand, for the style of it is. I look as. Forget it. Like picot. No, not picot. It's pinche sal de uva, ¿verdad?
Yeah, no, dude.
I'm gonna get back at you. Savion, right? Savion, se llama uno? Un estilo? Name the styles. There's like Pink Moscato.
Yeah.
That's a style of wine. Pink Moscato. There's one that's called like Savion or something like that.
Savion? I don't know, maybe.
I'm gonna have to bring some wines and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna
okay.
teach you.
You're gonna teach
I'm
me.
gonna teach you.
No, because that's the thing. When I went wine tasting, I just stuck to one, and ya con eso nomás es donde me quedé, which was a Malbec.
So yeah, so there's one that's called Pignot Grignot. That's another style. So Pink Moscato usually are pink. Pignot Grignot are usually white. There's many of them. There's another Sauvignon, which is a little bit sour.
That's what I'm saying. That like there's a lot. Cause like with me, once I tried all of them, Malbec was my. Like,
but was that a brand or is that the style?
That's the style it's made.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not the brand. Yeah.
So, like me, I don't do wine, but I know that because I worked at a Chevron, and they had all the styles there, so I would get to read them. Oh shit!
So I mean,
la brand era Barefoot, y ahí dice el estilo que es.
well, being at a Chevron, they probably weren't that high end.
No, I wasn't. No, pero el estilo stays the same.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Like after that Chevron, I went to go work for another Chevron, and they actually literally had a winery with like bottles that are like $70, $90, which is still not high end for the high end people. But
Yeah.
I would not spend $90 for a bottle.
Bottle wine. Yeah.
Pinche patrón sale como 40 se me hace.
Ya con eso ya.
¿Verdad? So like comparando prices. So I would believe a $90 bottle is an expensive bottle, right? So ahí es donde yo mira así los nombres, igual, son los mismos nombres. Pignot, Grignot, Pink Moscato, Sauvignon.
Yeah.
One day I'll bring them. I'll buy some and I'll show you.
Okay.
But you're gonna have to take them because I don't drink that shit. So people, remember what we just said. Andrew Tate, something's not wrong. You just have to have an open mind and listen to what he says because he says a lot of true stuff.
Yeah.
Kevin Samuels, you can learn from him because, again, even though he only sticks to the black community, he says a lot of stuff that you can learn as a male, and as a female, you can listen to understand that sometimes a high-end man is not good.
Yeah, you can always implement it into your actual life. Like, that's just how it is.
Y el machismo might not be bad depending on the circumstances.
Yeah.
Depending on like el morenito que se hizo Captain America. It's Falcon.
Oh.
He became Captain America in the TV show. Just in case you don't know.
Yeah.
Está en un show con una morena, una de las que hablan, right? She's like, "Are you okay with if I need to make you a sandwich?" And le say,
yeah.
They're like, "Daddy, make me a sandwich." I go, "Yeah, I expect you to make me a sandwich." And she's like, He's like, "Yes, ma'am." And then he's like,
Yeah.
"Okay." So he's like, if we're walking on the street and a guy slaps your ass, he's like, "What are you planning to do?" He's like, I need you to smack him back. He go, "Then make daddy a sandwich."
Exactly.
Like so like eso machismo, that's where it works out, because he knows he's the protector. It only doesn't work out when, I would say again, if he's not the breadwinner.
Yeah.
¿De qué te sirve?
Unless he's being like sponsored and he's over here doing like the gym and stuff like that, todo mamado, and then yeah, probably like that he doesn't make money working for it, but people like pay him just to go to the gym or stuff like that.
No,
Sponsors.
See, no. Okay, like let's say for me, for instance, let's say this podcast makes it big. Not big. Let's make it moderate where I don't have to work anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm paying. I have enough to make the bill. That doesn't make me that I'm probably my wife would make more money. It's just that I don't need to find another job because this makes me my job. I'm not the breadwinner. What I was trying to say is like, even if he's getting sponsored, is he the breadwinner?
Yeah.
If he's the breadwinner, meaning that she doesn't have to work, I don't think that machista stuff is bad.
Yeah.
Because you're not working, you're living your life that you want. He's buying you the stuff that you want. You're going to places that you guys like. So it's not a bad thing if he's a machista.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, he's the one putting himself through stress and all that stuff at work. That some people don't see the things that go on.
And I don't know, is machista in English misogynist?
That's one way of saying it.
Yeah, what would be the other way? Machista.
Toxic.
Toxic.
El tóxico.
So again, just saying it out loud again. I'm gonna put it out there, girls. Machista, or how you would see Andrew Tate talking about it. In my eyes, it's not a bad thing if he's the breadwinner. If he doesn't want to let you go out, but he's taking you out everywhere he goes. Obviously, if he's gonna respect the marriage or the boyfriend-girlfriend thing, that obviously is a big plus. It's a big plus. Pero todos al último tienen que ser sacrifices.
Yeah.
It's like once you get married, you have to make sacrifices. She has to be okay with it too.
Yeah.
Unless you're making that money and she's not working, it's like, hey, yo voy a salir porque yo trabajo. Pero también a dónde vas a salir.
Yeah.
You know, you have to put that respect on me. You know.
Yeah.
So it's Andrew Tate's takes are not bad. They're not completely bad, and some are really good. But you have to open your eyes.
Yeah.
And your ears to listen, your eyes to see his beautiful baldness.
No, technically, definitely open up your brain. Actually, like absorb what he's saying, because
Yes.
at the end of the day, like, yeah, no, we're the ones that's going up through all the stress. We're the ones that putting in all the hard work. Like, yeah, like a lot of women won't see that, and that's the thing. Like, we also have our own battles in our head, which they won't see, and that's the thing of I mean, I'm guessing you were probably raised like that. Like, we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
We don't talk about our problems. We don't talk about it. We just show up to work and we just get stuff done. Because at the end of the day,
no más el chisme.
you know, some cheese, man. Exactly. But like our personal problems, like we're not gonna talk about that. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. And no, it's like, because the more you talk about it, the more sad you get. Like, nah, let's not talk about it. Let's just continue to go to work and let's just get this done. Like, that's it.
Exactly.
That's how it is.
Do you consider yourself machista?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you expect your girlfriend to serve you a plate?
Yeah. And when I tell her too, it's like, hey, can you go buy me this? Can you go get me that? I'm like, she'll get me it.
Sheesh.
Dude, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
My wife is a machista. Yo soy el mandilón.
Yeah, and at the same time too, like I offer my girlfriend, like, hey, you want me to go get something for you? Like, I got free time. Like, I got nothing to do. Like, oh yeah, we could bring me this, bring me that. All right, cool.
You see, when it comes to that though, even though it's not machista, but in a way I put it to me, if I say I'm hungry, and I tell you what do you want, and you say nothing, I put my rule that you will not take a bite from my food, and that's being a machista right there.
Yeah.
No, that's
Because we're asking you, what do you want? You say nothing. Like, all right, I'm gonna order this. Like, are you sure you don't want anything? Like, no, I don't want anything.
Like, I know my wife hates Wobble Grill, right?
Yeah.
She hates it. And every time I tell her, where do you want to go? She's like, anywhere? I'm like, okay, we're going to Wobble Grill. Anywhere but there. I'm like, we're going to Wobble Grill, until she finally tells me.
Yeah.
Now that shit, let's go.
Because the thing, bro, you can name 7 restaurants. She's gonna say no. And once you think about, like, okay, I already named these 7. She probably wants to go here. You name that restaurant, like, oh, only if you want to. Like, nah. Como que only if I want to. It's either say yes or no now, or else we're gonna fucking go to fucking McDonald's or something like that. Just grab something real quick, because I ain't got time to be going around each restaurant like, oh, do you want this or do you want that? Se te toca esto, se te toca lo otro. Nah, just tell me what you want. That's it.
Y es donde entra, that can be like a machista thing, you know, making decisions. And just because we make a decision doesn't make us a machista.
Yeah.
But it can make us a machista because you're like, no, I'm done with your bullshit. We're just gonna go there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's simple. Before we end this, there was when I was younger, I wanted to open up a lonchera.
Okay.
And I wanted to name that lonchera Donde Sea. Why?
Para que cuando diga de dónde quiero ir a comer, donde sea. And boom, there you go. Exactly.
Like, you take me to a lonchera. You said Donde Sea.
It's literally right there. Exactly. No, dude. Yeah, I seen a couple of videos that say like, oh, where do you want to go? I don't know. And you start searching up on Google. Like, I don't know. I can't find that restaurant. Like, oh, where's I don't know. I haven't seen it.
So my idea, because it was like Donde Sea.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Look up a quote for machism.
I mean, I could actually think of one.
Okay, go for it.
So, they always say men is not supposed to be dangerous.
Okay.
Right? But the thing is, we're meant to be dangerous.
Yes, I agree.
Why? Because we got to defend what's ours. Same thing as you were saying earlier. Like, oh, only because you're not dangerous that makes you a nice person. Like, no. Good or bad, at the end of the day, you got to defend yourself if something happens. If something's about to hit the fan, you got to be dangerous, no matter what it is. So that's the thing. Call us machistas or anything, at the end of the day, we got to be dangerous, because you never know what could happen in the future.
That's true.
You never know what's around the corner.
That's true.
You got to be dangerous.
It's like an old quote that I love using. It's better to have a gun and not need it than to need a gun and not have it.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, people. That was our little world of Andrew Tate's points of views.
Yeah.
Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. His points of views.
Yep.
How we can dissect them so that you guys can understand from 2 regular guys talking about the way that they think, being millionaires.
Yeah.
Or high-end men, and bringing it down to low-end men.
Yeah.
That's simple. Keep your cool.
Have a good night, guys.
We're out.
Till next time.